And we are live, guys. How's everybody doing this evening? We're waiting on Clyve there. He had to take a phone call real quick, guys. But yeah, Lex been pretty busy lately, bud. It's been doing pretty good though. Got a lot of stuff coming in. Actually, was talking to Rich over at Saltzman's via email, and he's shooting me over a couple more pieces here soon. So I'll have a couple more pieces to review here soon from them. So take a look out for that. No real topic tonight. Just figure we come on and just chat with you guys, see who all was on. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. I did a live stream with Dave from Just to Watch over this morning. It was when I got off work. Well, a little bit after I got off work. It was 7:30 a.m. our time or Eastern time, and it was 9 or 10 p.m. his time in Japan. But yeah, Dave is a pretty cool dude. If you guys want to go check him out and go check out his channel, pretty cool laid back guy. He covers mostly like the affordable end. He's been around about 3 years now. He just hit 30,000 subscribers, I think. The channel's doing really well. His editing and all that is really, really great too. Bruce should also be joining us soon here, I believe. I sent him a link for via message. So how's everybody doing tonight? What are you guys wearing? Watch wise. What are you wearing, Lex? I'm wearing the Tudor Pelagus. Again, this has really surprised me. This watch has been wears really great, especially for the size. It's so light. I may eventually have to pick one up myself. Add one to the collection. Hey, Chris, how you doing, bud? All right, hey, howdy. Sorry, Peter, how you doing? John Claude Bevier, how you doing? How you guys all doing? You're wearing the Tracer. Nice. The Tracer's one that I hadn't looked at yet, Lex. There seem like pretty cool watches with the tritium tubes, right? How you doing, Paul M? What's everybody wearing watch wise? Again, the Ranger's taking a work phone call, so nice. The 104, that's a killer watch, especially that white dial. I'll get the review your Casio soon, Peter. I'll get that out and get that back to you soon, by the way, Peter. How's it going, Hans? How you doing, bud? We're the Zenith, of course. Nice, especially with all the Zenith buzz. Now, what's everybody's thoughts or what's everybody's take on the new Chronomaster? I know it's been talked about to death, but I'm really kind of falling hard for that watch. I really like the looks of it, and being a sport watch, more of a sports style watch. I think I feel like it's been. I would wear it more than I did my old El Primero, if that makes sense. Hey, Slats man, Clyde isn't on quite yet. He's taking a phone call, but he should be on shortly, guys. So just waiting on Clyde. Like I said, I think he's taking a work call. So thanks for your patience, though, guys. But what's everybody's thoughts on the new Chronomaster? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's an homage, or do you think Zenith did right? I feel like it's a great watch. I kind of agree with John Claude Bevier. Let me add Bruce in here. What's going on, Bruce?
Not too much, Chris. How are you?
Not too bad. Just kind of relaxing a little bit before I got to go to work for the evening.
Cool.
I was telling them, did you get a chance to catch my stream with this morning with Just to Watch, Dave?
I did, and I got to rewatch it.
Yeah, he's pretty. I was saying he's a pretty cool guy though. Seems pretty laid back. He's over there in Japan, so he's on a different time zone. So that's when we're able to get it on. You know, what I mean, get on live and
Yeah, it's hard
do that.
when you're dealing with somebody from the other side of the world. What's up, Hansi? Howdy from Texas. JCB, Peter C, Slats man. What's up, guys?
But I was just talking. I don't know if you heard me. I was just talking, of course, about the Chronomaster and Zenith. I'm kind of following for that one. That one's
You and me
one
both.
I may eventually want to add to the collection. Not right away, of course, but someday add to the collection.
Yeah, I completely agree. I've kind of fallen for that watch rather hard myself.
Honestly, Slats man, with today's prices, I think 10K is kind of fair, don't you, Bruce?
Yeah, it's not terrible. It really isn't.
And I feel like you might, of course, not right away, but I feel like maybe another year or two, you might be able to get a decent discount on one. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Once
And if you're really
once the
patient,
hype is done,
right? If you're really patient, you can get one secondhand for an even better deal.
yeah. I just hope it doesn't become like Rolex, where they're overpriced, or some of the new Omegas where they sell them on the gray market, secondhand, whatever, for like 15 or 20. You know,
Right, right. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know.
with the way stuff is now, because I don't know. Which, like I said, I feel like if Zenith did it right, and I think they want to sell a lot more than Rolex, I feel like Zenith is going to crank them out.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that they can match the production that Rolex has. But yeah, I'm sure they want to sell a lot of watches. But I agree with Howdy. I expect it to come down, to the 7.5, 8K range.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think probably not right away right now because it's still hyped up. But I figure, give it another year or two, you'll probably be able to get that discount at the 80, probably.
Yeah. Depending on, again, on their production, and we're in the first 72 hours of the launch of the release of the watch, so
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be hot right now. Let's
Oh
see
yeah,
what it is in a month.
yeah. I spoke with ECJ Lux, my Zenith AD that I work with up in Charlotte, and
Hmm.
he said it'll be a while before they get them on the shelf.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they're taking pre-orders right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's
So
cool.
it'd probably be I'd say a couple more months probably before they actually get them in stock.
Hmm. Yeah, Howdy, you're spot on there as usual. Um, Unfortunately, Zenith, like a bunch of other brands, has fallen, under the one trick pony, uh, category that they're known for one or two things, and that's it. What's up, Cowboy
And,
Swami?
and you might be right, Hans. It might put them on the popular watch map, which I kind of hope it does, but I kind of hope it doesn't because Zenith has been, to me, it's been one of those kind of watch idiot savant brands. Like only people kind of in the hobby know,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, which this might end up putting them kind of on par with Rolex in popularity.
That's you know, I don't think that they're ever going to be equal the popularity of Rolex, but we'll see. I mean, the watch they released last year, the 384 and the brown Fumai dial version that they just released last week. Those are beautiful watches, with the original El Primero 400 movement in it. A little small at 37, but definitely very cool, with the ladder bracelet. It's, classic Zenith.
Chris favorite watches Eagles just say just buy a Speedmaster instead.
And Chris is absolutely right. If, you could do that too.
And JCB saying the palette line. I actually need to get back a hold of ECG Deluxe. I might try to get a Type 20 in for
Oh,
you
nice.
to look at. Yeah, speaking with
Very nice.
Trevor over there.
Love the
Not I'm
Type 20.
not buying, of course, but get
Mm-hmm.
one in for review.
Mm-hmm.
But in this last minute is saying, I think Zenith is known more for its inner movement and forgotten for the bland exterior designs. That might be kind of true. It depends. I think they appeal to like a certain person. Like that, it
Mm-hmm.
appealed to me, the El Primera, kind of
Hey,
under
hey,
the radar.
90 knots. Good to see you.
How's it going,
Yeah,
90 knots?
if you don't have a Speedmaster, then yeah, that's definitely a choice. Besides this new Chronomaster Sport, for us that have Speedmasters already,
Yeah,
I just think it's an excellent watch.
yeah. Definitely versatile. I think the Speedy is definitely more versatile than the Zenith for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
I mean,
well,
you put that. Let me tell you, that white dial Chronomaster Sport looks really good on that blue strap.
yeah.
So I'm sure it could be as versatile as the Speedy. Thomas Burnett, what's up, my friend?
How's it going, Thomas? Once they get him in, I may be worth the drive to go up to Charlotte, a couple hours, about 3.5 hours, go check him out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe try to do a little video or something on him.
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on, JCB? What's everybody wearing tonight? Watch wise, by the way, in the comments. What are you wearing? I'm assuming you're probably wearing the Bluesy Burst.
No, I got the Doxa on.
Okay, nice. Which one do you have again now?
I have the sub 300T Caribbean.
Okay, nice. So the blue dial, right, with the
Blue
orange
dial, yep.
orange hand.
Yep.
Okay. I'm wearing of course, the Pelagus. This is gonna be a hard one to return. I got to do the review on the Breitling, and then so I was waiting to hear back on him on a price on the Breitling, but I think he's down in Miami right now, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to follow him too much. I'll send them back and get a price.
Yeah, and Chris is right. I want to see it in the metal, in the flesh. Before I do anything.
Definitely.
But I agree with Howdy. I think it's one of the better looking chronographs that there are.
And that 41 millimeter too is a versatile size. It'll fit a lot of wrist.
Yeah. That's the great thing about the new sub is that it's the perfect size.
Nice. I feel like that 41 is Omega has had that right. I think for years with the Seamaster and the 41, and that size just fits so many different people.
Yes, Hansi. Tim did he did a good job on the Zenith tonight.
Definitely. And
for anybody who didn't see it, Chris Watches and Giggles, he did a good video today on the Chronomaster Sport. So I encourage you guys to check out his channel, Watches and Giggles.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. JCB's got a good point. He's saying his theory is we'll see more brands filling the Rolex void, which it makes sense because they'll want to get some of the sales that a lot of people are getting fed up with Rolex. They like their looks, or they can't get a Rolex, so they'll go elsewhere.
And I agree, but we've been saying that for like 2 years now, and nothing's filled the void. Everybody just wants Rolex. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be to more of an extent. Who knows? It would be nice.
And I agree with Thomas there too. Plus, it's got 100 meters of water resistance too, so it's got better water resistance than the old El Primeros. So it's a really kind of an everyday kind of wear watch.
Oh yeah. And again, unless you're going to, time your submarine races underwater. I saw guys in the Watchbox chat making a big deal that it doesn't have screw down pushers. I mean,
yeah,
big deal.
I mean, it's enough for like the most I'm going to do is go to the beach or go to the pool with it. I mean,
right. Which is 99% of what all of us are doing. Hey, Jason, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
How's it going, Jason? How you doing, bud?
Okay.
We're entitled to our own opinion. That's what's great about the hobby. We either like something or we don't. We all got different tastes.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Fucking divorces. Goddamn divorces.
You're good, Clyve. You got to work, man.
Yours or somebody else's?
No. Actually, no. My first divorce is over a long time ago. I got smarter the last couple of times. I got smarter, and so it was just basically common law divorce, which is where you go home and find your shit on the porch.
Right.
A lot less paperwork.
Hans. There are seals with the pushers. That's how they can, keep the 100 meters water resistance on that new watch without having screw down pushers.
No, what are we talking about, by the way?
Of course, the Chronomaster.
Yeah, we're talking about the Zenith.
Yeah,
of course.
So, and it is, I think, and Nefarian had a decent point. I would have liked to have the red second hand, because that's an El Primero signature, detail.
Yeah. Well, actually, let me go look and see what my big old ugly one has. Hold on.
But would you push it underwater? Why would you? Why would you push it underwater?
Need to?
Mine has a big red second hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wouldn't dive with it on either. So.
No.
Howdy from Texas says divorcing in January. Maybe they got IWC for Christmas.
It just has a red tip.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
And one divorce is enough for him.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't marry. Smart advice.
Okay. So, here's a couple of things. And the amazing part is that we're all talking about Zenith. Can you remember when everyone was talking about Zenith? Because I sure as fuck can't.
No, me neither.
Now, I was wondering, I was noticing 90 Knots came on. So she, of course, besides being extremely tasty, is a accomplished pilot, or at least a licensed pilot. Yeah. Now, what does she want? What would she like?
Speedy.
What? Speedy?
Speedy.
Yep.
Yeah. She's a big Speedy fan. She should definitely get one.
Well, she's wearing my. Never mind. I won't go into detail about that. So yeah. And she's smart enough, so like Speedy reduced. She's like, no.
Yeah, no, she wants the real deal Speedy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great watch. I love mine.
Yeah.
How's that Sky Chief?
Liking it. Old Glenn's going to have to, when he gets some time.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the star of the show is getting that Young hands back with the new crystal and just a little bit of cleaning on the dial.
Mm-hmm.
Slight service on the movement. Oh my God, I love that watch.
Cool.
Tis gorgeous.
Nice. So, did you upgrade to sapphire crystal?
No.
Okay.
Don't be stupid. Yeah, that's like
buy in the house.
Did you? Yeah, that's like having a classic car and putting an LS engine in. You only do that unless you're an idiot, or B, you absolutely have to.
And Howdy from Texas is saying the sub-dial spacings in the reduces an eyesore.
It is. He's spot on.
Plus, the thing that turns me off is the cost to service it.
So, what do you guys think? Okay. I don't know. Do you think we could play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the Chronometer Sport, the new Speedy 3861, and then, of course, you know which one I'm going to bring up, the Breitling 806 1959.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which one we liked the best out of the three?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Of course, I'll go ahead, Bruce.
No, I was just going to say I'd have to go with the new when the Chronomaster Sport, then the Speedy, and then the Navitimer.
Okay.
Well, and okay, your turn.
I'm probably gonna go with the least popular opinion. I'm gonna go with, of course, the Zenith first, the Breitling second, and then the Speedy, probably third.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to. Well, actually, technically, I have all three, but then again, I don't have the Chronometer Sport. I just have my big, ugly, bottom of the barrel. What is it? Defy Classic. chronometer arrow or whatever it is, chronograph's arrow. But I would see, and I was thinking about this because someone down. Okay, how do Daytona owners really unscrew those pushers and actually use the chronograph? Make it. You use it more often, I think. Well, and like I said, my big ugly El Primero has that, because actually my El Primero has the depth rating of a Submariner. Why? I have no idea. But it does. But it also has the screw down pushers, which, of course, even if, okay, I'm bouncing around all over the place, but even if they did the screw down pushers, can't people say, well, you're copying Daytona and doing that part? When you think about it.
Right.
But that does, because, well, it takes a second. It takes a couple of seconds to unscrew the pushers, But I can't think of it. I can't think of an occasion where you're just walking along. Time this to the last tenth of a second. Go. And
wasn't it the VC Overseas chronograph that they had screw down pushers, and now I believe the latest iteration, it has the look of screw down, but you don't screw down the pushers, and I think it still has the, what is it, 100 meters water resistance. I believe that's what they did with the Overseas chronograph.
Yeah. Oh, and John Claude Beaver says, shouldn't it be the Navitimer B01? No. God damn it, no. It's the 806 1959 re-edition. I'm sorry. The Navitimer B01, close second. I grant you. Top time behind that. But no. Oh, but anyway, someone south of me, and I'm not going to say who he is or his stage or whatever, his YouTube name, but he was basically saying, hey, I've got an in with a Zenith dealer. It's going to, end of next month. I'm not going to see what state it is. It's just like, I'm thinking maybe like 83, 84. I could probably snatch in or get you in on the action.
For the new Chronomaster?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
But that's I was thinking about this, like, damn, that's about what that's in the neighborhood, a little bit north of it, but
that's not bad, especially for a brand new watch like that.
Can I finish the thought here? Thanks.
Yeah, sorry.
But that's a little bit north of what my Breitling cost. And so it's like, what would I have for the same money? The Breitling or the Zenith?
Hmm.
And I kind of hate to say it. You know which I'm going to choose, right?
You're going to choose the Breitling.
Yeah.
Because you love that watch.
Exactly. And also, it also has an important advantage over the Speedmaster.
Contrast?
No, the Speedmaster has the advantage.
Good one, Chris.
No, actually, no. Because if I'm wearing the Breitling, at least Topsy wouldn't shank me in the side, rip it off my wrist, and leave me to die. Speedmaster, she probably would.
There you go. Howdy from Texas got a good point. Wear it for 6 months and sell and keep your money.
Well, you see, I don't know. I don't, and it also depends. We don't know. So it's not a limited edition. So we have no idea what Zenith is going to do with it. They might just do, they could do like the Breitling and say it's a limited edition of only slightly under 2,000 pieces. Or they could do what Omega's doing and say, it's not a limited edition, but we're not making that many.
Right.
So
sure.
Just remember, they're Swiss.
They're Swiss. Yep. How bad are the Swiss? Let me put it this way. Hitler thought they had no ethics. Does that tell you anything? Hitler thought they were unethical.
Yeah.
JCB.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to read JCB's question. He said, "Do you think brands underestimate size? E.g., BO1 is 43, D521 is 44. If they were smaller, I feel they'd sell better." Well, in certain cases, like the BO1, I think it's acceptable for it to be bigger, right?
Well, but he banked with them. Well, yeah. I mean, because usually when banks accept gold, they want it in bar form, not in tooth form.
And you know what, Hans? Everybody banks with them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Now, yeah. Well, on the plus side, at least the Americans and the Germans bombed them, allegedly accidentally.
Right. Oops. Oh, so sorry.
And we'll help put we'll help put some holes in your cheese, you motherfuckers. So we're okay.
But size-wise, I think, the B01 is a bigger, chronograph movement. So, you can excuse it for being in. I mean, it really all depends on, on yourself, on your wrist size.
Okay.
I mean, I have no problem wearing a 43 or a 44 millimeter watch, but that's me. I know other guys, that's way too big for them.
Okay. Let me also put something. Overbroad generic statements are basically useless. It's just like all watches under 36 millimeters are too small.
Right. I got you.
Yeah. Anything over 43 millimeters is too big. No, it depends on this. It depends on the lug size, depending on how the lug's shaped. Does the lug cradle your arm, or do they stick straight out like a dog's? Oh, never mind.
And again, in the BO1's case, a lot of pilots use them, so they got to be able to read them easier.
Right. And Howdy's 100% right. Lug to lug is more important than case diameter.
Right. And also, but the shape of the lugs as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also really important for a pilot to be able to read a watch.
Contrast.
There
you go.
Yeah. Because I've got the A11, and that thing is hell. I would be surprised if it's even 30 millimeters. And despite even my old bullshit, aging, decrepit eyes, I can still make out the time very easily on that because they understood contrast.
Right. And considering it's a 75, plus year old watch. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, they didn't have to put lume on it because they knew it would be read by instrument lights. So, which one of the reasons they held up as well as they did. You can't polish a turd, but hams are big.
Hams are big. Hams are big, and they're, there are some that are even too big for me. But like I've been telling you guys, I've been slowly warming up to Pam lately.
Sorry, could you go back to that last one?
Like
contrast. Contrast.
Because they're putting people to sleep.
Contrast.
Nice.
Man. But again, Breitling is one of those brands too. Like they're kind of like Seikos, where you think the Seiko or the Breitling is going to wear a lot larger until you try it on in person, and they actually don't, because they're lug to lug, like you mentioned, it's smaller, so it wears a lot better than you would think a lot of times.
Yep.
Well, like I said, the joke is made by myself and my mother is that all throughout New Jersey, they're behind the counter in every watch dealership. There's a picture of Han Danes with a red circle and slash through it. So, do not allow this person to try on watches because he's a serial watch shopper. But I think that makes so much more sense. I think that is so far the smart way to do it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Contrast. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Says BB likes Pam.
I didn't, but they're growing on me.
Okay. That's another one of those ones like I mentioned before. You got to try on in person too, or see
You
in
do.
person.
You
'Cause
do.
the pictures and stuff just don't do a lot of the models justice.
Actually, wait a minute. Didn't JCB get the dress El Primero?
I think
Yeah,
he
he has
has.
a captain, which is a
Okay.
dress.
Soy Capitan, Soy Capitan. Yeah. So, now, so he's got the El Primero box checked.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Now the thing is, though, it's just like we're talking about that. Like, if you have an 1861 or an 861, is there really a need to go out and get a 3861?
Right. A 3861. Yeah.
Speedy.
I agree. But then again, do you want to run your collection via the, checking boxes?
Yeah.
And I think we all do to a certain extent. It's I love my Speedy, so I don't have a burning issue to go run out and get the new one.
Yeah.
Well, wait, let me check my collection. Patek Philippe, check. Audemars Piguet, check. Vacheron Constantine, check. Yeah, upgrade points. Like a video game. Holy Trinity points. You've leveled up.
Howdy from Texas is asking if we've spoken about the design leak of the new SEMA. I haven't seen the design leak of the new 300. Have you guys?
No.
With a sandwich doll?
Yeah, I hadn't seen that.
I've heard reference to it a little bit. But so far, guess what all the news has been on every watch channel? Care to guess?
Zenith.
Yep. And yeah. One time I walked into a 12-step meeting. It was a small one. And there's 5 people there, and 3 of the people were named Clyde. And I sat back and I just enjoyed every second of that meeting because I knew statistically it will never, ever, ever happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about Zenith getting the limelight this week.
And you don't think so, huh?
No, not to the degree it has.
Okay. Lexter is looking for a wall clock. Anyone know anything about Mondane and first house? I think it's Mondane, isn't it? Not Bodane.
I don't know. I can tell you how to get a mundane clock, but that's probably not what you're looking for.
Yeah, they're the Swiss railway clocks. They're very and now talk about contrast.
Yeah. Contrast. Yeah.
High, very iconic. High contrast. They're great clocks.
Hans, who am I supposed to give the finger to? I mean, if you want me to finger someone, you need to let me know who to finger. Someone in a state cell. Should have snapped it up. Yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah. At least they're probably not as much as those Hodinkee travel clocks, right? Probably get a Mondane way cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's about freaking time you get a decent Avatar Watch Lounge.
Hey, I'm starting to figure it out. I'm using my phone tonight. Is the connection a little bit better with my phone?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but you got a good yeah, for once, I'm enjoying looking at your Avatar.
Yeah, I didn't even notice your Avatar. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah, the Pelagos. Like I said, I was telling Bruce earlier, Clyve, this is going to be a hard one to return. I'm probably going to drop a Brightly review tomorrow and then send them back.
Scheitling.
So, yeah, it's the Endurance Pro that I like.
Well, yeah, I'm also thinking, I haven't really showed that one yet. I almost want to call the other one. I almost want to call the one I picked up recently, MOAH, Mother of All Hamiltons.
Right.
It's the old school Intramatic, right?
Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Yes, no, yeah. Shame, Lexter. Shame. Yes, no, yeah. The thing is, and Lexter Dexter, and again, I'm going to try not get up. I'm not going to try to stay on the soapbox all effing night, but if there's something out there that you really, really like, if you looked around, good reviews, it's a good price. You're not paying you're not getting it like raped for it, either used or new, then you're probably better off getting it if you can afford to do so painlessly.
Yeah.
Or a little bit of discomfort. I think if you're just basing it on resale value, what everyone else is looking for, you're setting yourself up to fail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like you said, just buy it because you like it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
Correct.
Yep. I can hardly wait till Glenn looks at the Sky Chief, because he's gonna. I think he's doing a couple of things too. Well, he's talking about putting either restoring or replacing the crystal on it, keeping it acrylic, keeping it old school, taking out the aftermarket loom and trying to make it as close as possible to the loom that was on there, and it still has the original hands, thank God, and then replacing the easy wind crown with more of a period correct one. So it'll make it harder to wind, but still. But on the other end, you could say, well, actually, it's vintage. It has its own story. Who are you to go back and correct what the original owner, a pilot at that, did to use and enjoy the watch? So you can actually look at it either way.
True.
Definitely.
It's like up in northwestern Pennsylvania, there's a town, Dubois.
The boy?
Like, what?
The boy?
Yeah, Dubois.
Or Dubois, okay.
Yeah. I said, no, you mean Dubois.
Dubois, yeah.
Dubois. No, the name is pronounced Dubois.
Dubois, gotcha.
Yeah, and they said, well, yeah, it's a French name, and the French pronounce it Dubois. I'm sure, yeah. So, but the thing is, even though my head wants to explode, the fact that literally generations of fucking dumbasses have lived in the same town and mispronounced it for generations, that is still a history there. Of people not bothering to learn how to pronounce the real name of their town, but it's like the Simpsons, in Biggins. So
Cowboy Swami's asking, can someone please tell him what a sandwich style is?
Okay, go ahead.
You guys go ahead.
Sandwich style is where the loom, whatever it is underneath the dial, and then either the indices or the numerals are cut out in the dial so that the
okay, yeah,
and shines from underneath.
So Cowboy Swami, picture, if you will, an Oreo cookie. In the creamy middle is the loom. And someone will go on the top part of the cookie and cut a 12 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah. So the light from the from the filling goes out through the holes on the top part of the cookie. That's what sandwich style is.
Now I'm starving.
Yeah. On the other end, a sausage style basically is how most people think. This also kind of Panerai terms. So, are you starving for a sausage now, or?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Cookie.
No.
Yeah. So a sausage style is basically, it's almost like someone got a cake, something that they decorate cakes with, the icing, the big thing that you squeeze has a little pointy tip, and they write like "Happy Birthday, Steve" or "Go to hell, Janice, you fucking bitch," for a divorce cake, where they basically write the indices or the numbers on the top on the dial. It's not as layered as a sandwich style is. So yeah, so basically, some people think that the sandwich style has better loom.
Okay. And Lex is saying Chrono 24 is showing Panerai wall clock at 2K. I wonder if the Panerai wall clocks are kind of like Pam's, if they're easily faked.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, you see, and here's the trouble, though. I mean, again, here's the trouble with Panerai. They got too big for their britches. They thought they could chase Rolex and Rolex prices when they weren't putting out Rolex quality.
Right.
So, yeah, when you're putting out a basic design with a basic watch and a basic ETA movement, you know, the glorious people of Republic, those guys are buying up ETA, the same ones, the 6497s, the 6498s, making by watchmaking standards, relatively crude cases and crude dials, and doing it, yeah.
Now, do you think Panerai would have been better off had they seen the foresight and gone like the Richard Mille route? Like as far as like marketing and whatnot?
Well, you see, and here's the trouble. They're trying to go, they're basically almost they're the upper level of mid-tier. So they're almost like Longines before Sylvester Stallone came across them. So, you know, basic generic watch, actually the quintessential tool watch, really.
Mm-hmm.
But because they became so popular, the hype train caught Panerai, and they started selling their basic no-frill sports watches as dress watches.
Okay.
Lexter Dexter. Yeah.
Rabbit hole to avoid, for sure.
Maybe I need to pull out one of my DivAS watches, or sorry, DVAS watches. God, it's not the Luminar Marina. What's the other one?
That's a brand you don't hear much about, D-Boss.
Yeah.
Versatile?
No, one with the wire lugs.
Oh, the Radiomir?
Radiomir, thank you. Yeah.
Now, how about another brand that I think is ugly as sin? Not Zim watches, but a brand that's ugly as sin. That is in the same vein as Panerai. How about U-Boat?
To me, it's a fashion watch.
Those are some fugly watches, aren't they?
Yeah,
They are.
But to me, I almost think, because let's be honest, couldn't you almost say Panerai is almost a fashion watch? Maybe that's a little harsh, but not that far above a fashion watch, because you're basically getting it for the style.
You're being rather harsh.
Yeah.
They deserve to be rather harsh. The shit that they've pulled on the collectors on their own fan base. They have fucked their entire fan base.
They did. They set their company and brand back for more than a decade. I agree, and they deserve it.
They have, yeah. I mean, literally, they've like John Holmes to their entire fan base.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call them a fashion brand,
but almost a fashion brand.
Maybe in the same vein as, like, say, Swatch. Even though Swatch is better marketing, they didn't screw their fans over. But I would consider.
Thank you.
Bless you. I would consider Swatch a fashion brand, though, wouldn't you?
Possibly.
Possibly. Yeah, but totally different. The Swatch is a throwaway watch. You know, it stops running, you throw it away, and buy another one.
Yeah, I'd love to sell that person London Bridge. Well, Panerai did. Oh no, sorry, that's Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Thomas, I thought my cookie analogy was better. My Oreo analogy.
Like all brands, Panerai had good and not so good. He'd put his PAM 233 up against any watch for quality and charm.
Yeah, hey.
As brands, yeah. But again, okay, like it or hate, one of the guys here in the flyover states, basically, he has found like a reseller that's quite obliging to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically getting to. Oh yeah, I guess my cookie analogy didn't help. Fine. All right, now let's just say you just take a Chips Ahoy chocolate. No, sorry.
You're killing me. Stop.
Well, okay.
Bruce is going to go down to the store and buy some cookies now.
Or let's just say you go to the mall. You remember they had these things called malls that we went to and did our shopping in one centralized location.
Right.
Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
But they used to have this place called the Cookie Factory.
Mm-hmm.
No, they used to actually make like double layered cookies. So it's like they'd have like a big old chocolate chip cookie bottom layer, and then a bunch of like not whipped cream, but what's the other one? Buttercream between it. Then they stick another cookie on. Now imagine the buttercream is the loom. No, never mind. I guess it was the Oreo, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck, what are we talking about?
We were talking about Pam.
Well, originally we were talking about watches, but you sidetracked us onto cookies.
On the cookies and desserts.
Okay. Now picture, if you will, an apple pie. No.
Oh man.
Picture, if you will, a creme brulee.
Man.
So,
Well,
Chris, you tempted to? No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say you tempted to keep either the Pelagos or the Breitling.
More than likely be the Breitling. The Breitling's a little bit more in my range right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I have to wait to hear back from him. So, like I said, I think he's down in Miami. So,
Gotcha.
Underachieving watch collector agrees with me on the cookies, obviously.
Yeah. Yep. But
love a good cookie.
we're closing in on about 50 minutes here, guys. You guys about ready to call it evening? I'm gonna have to start getting ready for work here shortly.
Sure.
Oh, okay, absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming on.
My pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
No, no, actually not. It's still not all the way back, as a matter of fact, which I guess is maybe a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for joining in on chat. Thanks, Clyve, and thanks, Bruce, for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you. Later, fellas.
Later, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.